Spooky season!
It is spooky season.
It is spooky. It is. Halloween is almost here, and I got just this great idea last night, and I couldn't stand it, and I had to come to the store and make it today.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see
You
it.
wanna see?
Yes.
Okay, well, welcome to New It Too, everybody.
Hi.
Are you ready?
Yes.
How cute!
Oh my gosh.
Is this?
I love him.
Is that not adorable?
Look at his little
To
eyes.
take him home.
Yes.
So the thing I saw, I was like just playing on the internet, and it was like this crafty glue and googly eye thing, and I'm like, no. I want to do this on a sewing machine.
Absolutely.
And so I figured out how to make our little friendly ghost pillow.
Ugh, I love him.
You want me to show you?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, come on over.
Okie doke.
All right. So, here we go. I am gonna. I've jumped ahead of myself here just a little bit, so I'm going to go back.
That's how it
home.
ends up.
That's how it ends up. I am going to just do one for you in a 4x4 frame,
Okay.
so you can see the process of how to make the ghost.
Okay.
However many times you want to put it on the fabric and do this, repeating it over and over, that's totally up to you. This is done in IQ Designer.
Okay.
So I pulled up IQ Designer, and I needed to make a ghost shape.
Okay.
So I went to my shapes to see what I could find. There are no ghost shapes in here.
What?
There's no ghost shapes here. I mean, there's a gingerbread. But I thought, what can I make?
We'll have to ask
So,
Baby Luck to get on that.
I
We need a
took-
ghost shape next.
We do. But I figured it out.
Okay.
So I took this one,
Okay.
and I'm going to set that on there, and I'm going to make it smaller, because that would be it. I mean, if you want to do a big ghost, you could do a big ghost, but I needed a bunch of little ghosts. And so I'm going to resize it, and I'm going to bring that down, and I brought it down to, it was like about not quite 2 inches wide.
Okay.
You see that bottom number there?
Yeah.
It's moving. I made it like 1.85 right there.
Okay.
Okay? And I need to rotate it because I want that part at the top. So we're going to 90 degrees, we rotated it.
Perfect.
Okay?
Okay.
Now I'm going to add a shape. And do you see that one? That's the top of my ghost.
Okay.
And then I needed to make it smaller, so I'm going to make it go smaller. And I just made it be the same width as this other one that I did.
Okay. Which was your 1.85 or?
Right. So that's 1.85 right there.
Okay, perfect.
And then I need to move it up because I needed it to be a ghost shape. Now I don't need the lines in the middle. You don't necessarily have to get rid of them, but I don't want them in there. So I'm gonna make that big enough that I can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna take my eraser and I'm going to erase my lines here.
If you've got your fine point stylus out, that'll make this way easier.
It would. Oops, I just made a hole in my ghost. Although ghosts kind of probably,
They probably do have
They
holes.
full of holes, yeah.
yeah. And you don't have to be super clean on this because guess what? We're gonna put a bunch of stippling in the middle of it.
Got it.
Okay,
It's more a guideline than anything.
it is a guideline. So there's
Okay.
my ghost,
Cool.
all right? Now I need to make eyes for my ghost.
Okay.
So I went back to my shapes and I found this egg-looking shape. Oops, I went too far, sorry. I'm going to rotate it so that the small part's on the bottom.
Okay.
And then I'm going to resize it so it's eye size
Eye size and not bigger than the ghost?
and not bigger than. And it can go tiny.
Oh, it can. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move it up. Whoops, too far. Move it over. You know, you kind of have to just kind of, where to go.
Eyeball where you want your eyeballs?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Got it.
And then I'm gonna copy and paste it right there.
Okay, perfect. So you don't have to worry about
And
matching
then
the
I'm going
size.
to copy and paste it. I'm sorry, I accidentally erased it. And I'm gonna move that one over there. So we have two googly eyes.
Cute.
Got it?
I imagine you can give them all sorts of different expressions if
Yeah,
you wanted
probably
to.
could, but we're going to say go back smaller again. So there are my eyes. Now
Okay.
I have to assign properties to it, right?
Uh-huh.
So the lines that you see here are bean stitches.
Okay.
So I'm going to go in here to my bean stitch, and I'm going to make it red so you can tell that I touched it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use the bucket, and I'm going to say bean stitch, bean stitch, bean stitch.
Perfect. I heard that double click meant you got it.
Yes, and then I'm going to go to my fill stitches, and I want to put stippling inside my ghost.
Okay.
And we're going to do green. I'm picking Christmas colors for some
It's a
strange
Christmas
reason.
ghost.
And I'm going to hit my bucket, and I'm going to touch inside my ghost.
Okay.
And then I need to fill in the eyes, so I'm going to touch my fill stitch again, do the fill, and we'll do, how about orange eyes?
Okay.
Okay, and then I need to make that bigger because I don't think I can touch small enough in there,
I don't think I can either.
like that.
Perfect.
We'll make it smaller again. And now I'm ready to hit next. The changes that I'm going to make to the stippling, because I need it to be tighter than that so it can catch all this yarn.
Okay.
So I'm going to change the run pitch to the smallest number, which
Okay.
is 0.040. And then I'm going to change
After it thinks.
After it thinks, I'm going to change the spacing, and I changed it to the 0.100. I
Okay.
tried it on the smaller one, and it was just too small.
Too dense.
And then I'm going to say okay to that.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
Damn.
So it's going to stipple inside that line.
Got it.
I'm going to save it in memory because if I need to make changes, I don't want to have to come back and do this all over again.
Yep.
And then I'm going to hit set.
Perfect.
Okay. So there is my ghost ready to be stitched out. And you'll notice if we go into embroidery, and I played with this for quite some time trying to come up with what's the perfect way for this to be able to be in the order I want it in. And the amount of time I spent trying to make it be in the order I wanted it in, I could have just jumped to the other step. So you know what? Sometimes you just throw in your hat and you just say,
And you jump around. We got the tools.
right. So
Yeah.
I don't need that first. I really need that
Okay.
first.
Perfect.
Okay?
Makes sense.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll jump backwards. I hooped up fabric and stabilizer. Obviously, I did it on a pillow form. We'll get back to that in a minute. But for this, I'm just doing it on a regular piece of cotton fabric.
Okay.
All right, we're going to put this in here. And
Needs to be centered.
it needs to be centered. Hold on.
Idiot.
You got to be
Silly
smarter
thing.
than the machine, right?
I'm telling you.
It's like it's only 3 inches tall, but it's 3 inches not in the middle.
It wasn't in the middle. I'd been using a bigger frame before. So I'm getting to the step that I need.
Okay.
I have my white thread
Okay.
threaded in here, and so I am going to stitch out the outline.
Okay.
In the midst of all of this, I am going to need a piece of fabric, I mean not fabric, a piece of stabilizer to be able to stick in there. And I probably didn't need it to triple stitch here. I just need the outline, so I'm going to stop that.
Okay.
I just didn't want to keep rebuilding things.
Yeah.
This is Quilter Select Applistick.
Okay.
It is a fusible stabilizer that's also sticky.
Okay. So it's
So-
fusible on one side, sticky on the other.
Right, and I happen to know because I did a whole bunch of these. I just went over to the cutting board and I cut 1 3/4 inch wide strips.
Okay.
Okay, and then I came over here and I kind of penciled in what my curve was. I didn't overthink this.
Not at all. Make it
Okay.
easy.
Don't overthink it.
And it doesn't have to be perfect. It'll be behind your yarn. Nobody will see it.
Right, so I'm going to cut this one out. But again, I went over since I needed a bunch of them and I cut out a bunch of them with the rotary cutter and then cut those off.
Okay.
Okay? Now I need to fuse this
Into your little shape.
into my little shape. It's going to go right in there.
Okay. Perfect.
Wunderbar?
Perfect.
Okay. Ashley, you want to talk to him about those little mini irons while I go iron this real quick?
Yes. So we've got the Aliso mini project iron set up over here. Let's see, gosh, they come in pink, blue, yellow, purple, all sorts of different colors there. They come with a little silicone mat for them to be set on. And the nice thing about this iron is it's small enough that you can iron inside your hoop. You don't have to take your project out to or try to get your big iron in the hoop and then maybe burn your hoop. I don't know. I've never tried. Would that plastic melt?
Let's not go there.
And then the apple stick here, we talked about. It comes in the sheets and in the rolls.
Yep.
So-
And it's a much lighter weight than some of the other applique stabilizers. So it leaves a much softer, more supple feel to it.
Yeah.
It was really designed for quilting, but it works great for this application as well.
Absolutely. Let's
Okay.
wheel back around
So
here.
as you can see, I've got my little ghost shape fused onto that.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be perfect, okay?
No, it's got yarn over it.
It's got yarn over it. And I just have standard, ordinary yarn.
Okay.
If you are using heavier yarn, then you're going to have to be really cautious about the presser foot height. I will show you. I'm going to go in here and change my presser foot height to the 0.100, and this is just regular yarn. If it was any heavier than this, I'd need to increase it some
Yep.
more, because if that foot catches on that yarn,
Yeah.
boy, all you got to do is stitch that yarn around your presser foot and find out
Oh,
what a
yeah.
mess that's going to make. But I went up to 0.100.
And this could be fun with some yarn with some texture or something
It
too.
could.
But if you're going to go that route, you
But-
might consider
but
using a topper.
Once you set it, then you can lower your presser foot and make sure that it is just skimming the top. It's not burying into it.
Perfect.
Okay, so here's how complicated this is. Are you ready?
Yeah, I don't know if I can handle
I
it.
know, it's hard. I'm going to leave a little bit hanging off for the little floaty part of the ghost.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go around and trim it off. And then I just kept going inside it.
Okay.
And you know, it's not hard to do this. It just takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So you just keep going around and around and around with it.
Okay.
Right? And then I'll get the last piece in there. Get it all kind of squished in.
Perfect.
And then I just made sure that it is filling the space.
Okay.
And smush it down. I will also tell you, if you have snags in your fingernails, this is a big mess.
Yes. I figured that out when we were doing some of the couching for the club projects.
Oh, yes. Okay, so now, remember we had to change where we were on the design? And I needed to be on this, so I'm backing up to that step because I
Okay.
need it to stitch down, and it's gonna go around the outside, and I'm just gonna kind of hold these down so they don't get caught.
Okay. Hold these little tails.
Just don't get your fingers in there.
Yes.
Whoop, see, it caught one.
That's okay. He'll get stippled down.
And being stitched.
Yes.
Okay, you stay down, you stay down.
There we go.
Now, I don't need the eyes on here. If you want to separate the eyes out and make them be a different color, you can certainly do that. I don't need the eyes, so when it gets done doing this part, I'm going to jump ahead.
Okay.
And we'll go back. Okay? So
Okay.
we're going to stop. Because now I need to go to the stippling.
Perfect.
And I could have made those a different color and it wouldn't have been connected, but I forgot to do that. I apologize.
Ah, well.
Stippling. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Remember, I made it so that that was just skimming above there, and that's at the 0.100.
And if your yarn goes a little outside your stippling goes a little outside your yarn, that's totally fine.
It's a ghost.
He's a ghost. He's not perfect.
He's not perfect.
It's literally immaterial.
Yeah, very true.
But that's how easy that is. It's just going to stipple all over the place on that. The only place I ever kept going and pushing it back down was right there in the center. On all the ghosts, it kind of wanted to jump up on there.
Okay.
Don't stick your finger under the needle.
What?
Getting them all tacked down there.
Nice.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now, we need eyes, and I did
Okay.
the eyes in black. So let me switch my thread.
Perfect.
And while I'm thinking of it, Ashley, can you tell them about Loriani Thread?
Ooh. Well, if you haven't seen the emails and Facebook posts and gosh, all the things that we do, it's like, where do we post everything? The price has changed on the king cones of thread. So those are a lower price now. And if you're one of our customer priority program customers, you get an even better discount on those.
So,
those are
one
great.
of these is like 5 of these
In amount of thread.
in the amount
Yes.
of thread,
Yeah.
but not in price.
Not in the dollars.
No,
Yes.
no, this is a great deal to go this way.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's come back over here.
Okay.
You ready? Now we're going to do the eyes. And I will tell you that I went and did the eyes, and when it finishes that step, I backed it up and I went over it again. I didn't want to have to put topper down on all of this and peel it away from all that, so I just double stitched the eyes because the yarn kind of wants to poke through, and I
know
just decided this was easier than having to do.
You could also use probably a color keep topping just on the eyes.
You could.
Just use a black color keep right there.
Yep, but on this particular application, I just decided to do this, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do this step again.
Sounds good.
So, ready? Watch how easy it is to go back a step.
Yep.
So we're going to go. Let it finish doing its little thing over here. There it is. And I'm going to go over the eyes again. And I was just happier with the density of the black on the white yarn.
That makes sense.
You don't have to go around the eyes. As a matter of fact, it doesn't add much to have to do the outline on there. So I think we'll just skip it on this one because it's not really necessary.
Yeah.
You just see the fun little ghosties. And then
So cute.
once you get done with the eyes, all you got to do is just kind of ruffle up this part. So if you're like looking for something to do while it's stitching that, you can sit there and untwist some of your yarns.
There you go. Have his little frayed ghost sheet.
Right. And how cute is he?
Oh, he's adorable.
How cute is he? I made him on here too. Look at that. How cute is he?
Oh my goodness. I think I need one.
I'm telling you. And
Or
then
10.
we took the pillow blanks
Uh-huh.
by OESD. We used the gray one. Here, let me put it on my lap. We used
There
the
we go.
gray one. I'm just got ghosts chasing me everywhere. We also have it in orange.
Ooh, that'd
which
be
is
a fun
rust
Halloween
color.
color.
We have it in black.
That'd
And
be
then we
fun
have the
too.
gray. There's also off-white and other colors, but these were the most Halloween-looking colors in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they are a great deal. Those are only $12.99.
That's awesome.
As a matter of fact, if you buy 2, why don't we get one? Buy 2, get 1 half off.
I like that.
And then what's nice about it is the pillow blank. I'm sure you've seen it before, but it won't hurt to show it to you again.
Uh-huh. Because it's an embroidery blank,
Because it is an OESD embroidery blank,
it's not all sewn
it's
together.
not all sewn together. So you'll stitch it out on one side,
Uh-huh.
and then I learned this the hard way already today. Unzip it before you go and sew it
Oh
together.
gosh, I did that on
I
the
had to
flamingo
rip the
pillow.
stitching to undo it.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yep.
sew all the way around it, and then you're gonna turn it right side out, and then you're gonna zip it up. I didn't have a pillow form right now, so we have bubble wrap,
There you go.
but
Nobody sit
How
on it, it'll pop.
cute is this?
I love
How
him.
cute is this?
He's so
So
cute.
if you have never tried the Selector Apple Stick by Quilter Select, I think you will love how it works on a quilt.
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
works wonderful on this pillow. Everyone needs a little ghost pillow.
Mm-hmm.
We also thought that this, wouldn't it be fun to put little ghosties on like your trick-or-treat bags?
Oh gosh, yes. We talked about if you could even do like a, what's my words? Like a press and bond on the back side
Oh, yeah,
and
that's true.
iron him to
And
something.
The other thing we thought about, but I didn't do it, was what if instead of making one of them a ghost, I just did like a piece of black fabric and made a tombstone.
Yep.
And we had the great idea of doing RIP and then maybe stitching out a little seam
Ripper.
on it. We're so funny.
We try at least.
All right. All of you folks at all of our stores, we need you to do something. We need you to like, share, and comment. So we know people in Humble, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Muskogee, Fayetteville,
And Springfield. Yep.
you all need to go make a ghosty pillow. We're gonna have the instructions. Kaylin is getting those pulled together for you so that they will be available to you. And we can't wait. If you get a chance, post on our Be So In Facebook page your fun little ghost project.
Yeah,
I can't wait to
fabulous.
see it. So thanks for joining us this week. We love seeing you every week at New at 2, and we will talk.